Get ready for the dictation. In 3, 2, 1, start. Om Prakash Sharma is the appellant before me. Stop. He had filed a suit for possession with regard to plot bearing number 25/59, Shakti Nagar, New Delhi, against Shri Kisan, predecessor in interest of the present respondents. Stop. The suit was filed on the basis of title. Stop. It was specifically alleged in the plaint that the appellant had become owner of the plot by virtue of a registered sale deed dated September 28, 1978, duly executed in his favor by the then owner Muhammad Yusuf, and that the respondent had occupied a portion of the same on or about January 25, 1978. Stop. The suit was instituted on September 11, 1979. Stop. The respondent contested the suit principally on the grounds that the appellant was not the owner, that he had himself become owner by adverse possession, and that in any case the suit was barred by limitation. Stop. The parties went to trial on the issues whether the plaintiff is the owner of the property in dispute, whether the defendant is in adverse possession of property in dispute for more than 25 years as alleged in the written statement, whether the suit of the plaintiff is properly valued for the purpose of court fee and jurisdiction, whether the suit is barred by time. The learned subordinate judge, by his judgment dated October 1st, 1981, passed a decree for possession in favor of the present appellant, holding that he was owner of the suit property, that the respondent had not acquired title by adverse possession, and the suit was not barred by limitation. Stop. It was also held that the suit was properly valued for the purpose of court fee and jurisdiction. Stop. Aggrieved by the judgment and decree of learned subordinate judge, the respondent preferred an appeal. Stop. The learned additional district judge agreed with the learned subordinate judge that adverse possession was not proved and the suit was not barred by limitation. Stop. However, she accepted the appeal and set aside the impugned judgment and decree on the ground that the appellant had failed to prove his title. Stop. It was then the turn of the appellant to file the appeal. Stop. Before I proceed to deal with the contentions raised before me, I may mention that both the courts below, having held that adverse possession was not proved and the suit was not barred by limitation, I am not inclined to interfere with those findings, the same being based on appreciation of evidence. Stop. Even otherwise, keeping in view the fact that the suit was instituted on September 11, 1979, the respondent was required to prove that he was in adverse possession since before September 10, 1967. Stop. Of course, the respondent did produce letters, but they do not prove his possession on or before September 10, 1967, much less that the possession was adverse. Stop. As far as oral evidence is concerned, DW1 admitted having never entered the suit property and could not even give the block number of the property in question. Stop. DW3 lived streets away from the suit property and his testimony was disbelieved on valid grounds. Stop. TW7 had deposed that he had put certain cement sheets on the suit property in the year 1957. Stop. Both the courts below have rightly rejected his testimony too and on valid grounds. Stop. Coming to the statement of the respondent, he neither placed on the record ration card nor he led evidence to show that he had given the address of the property in question in the schools of his children. Stop. Rather that records bears some other address. Stop. Even the voter list was not produced. Stop. It cannot thus be said that the evidence has been wrongly rejected. Stop. Thank you.